The year is 2026 and industry still uses flame for surface modification. And today I got a question from one of you to explain the difference between flame and plasma and which one to use where. So hello, my name is Greg Friedman. On this channel I talk about plasmas and other scientific topics. Anyway, so let's take a look at the question. Corona treatment is integral to the plastics printing industry. High voltage partial discharge in air applied to unprintable plastics like polyethylene, polypropylene, and even tetrafluoroethylene, TFE, PTFE. I'm not sure what surface chemistries are going on. Oxidation? Once, while I was working on a customer polyethylene bottle treater, I was shocked to see them treating with an open-air methane flame. So what is common between Corona and neutral flame? Thanks, actually. Great question. I had a colleague ask the same question. He went to a customer site and came back saying, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe what I saw. They have 3 oxy-fuel torches pointing at a tube, and they throw bottles through the tube. The bottles fly through plasma before they print on them." Yeah, that's a common method for surface modification, surface prep before printing or adhesion or other surface modification. It's old. Flame works. Flame modifies the surface. Plasma has reactive species. Flame has reactive species, especially if you're running an excess oxygen. You will have, in the flame, you will have a lot of atomic oxygen and other reactive oxygen species. So in that sense, flame and plasma are the same thing. And you will get similar results, especially with polyethylene bottles. So what are the issues? By the way, let's focus on sameness for a second. Plasma will create some microscopic surface roughness, so will flame. Plasma is not exactly uniform, so is the flame. Plasma is line of sight, so you have to point plasma at the surface, so is the flame. Effects of the treatment decay over time, so you should apply whatever you should do to the surface, whatever you want to do to the surface, as soon as possible after the treatment. Or not as soon as possible. You need to understand what the timing is. Both are dry processes, both are chemical-free, as in if you disregard use of methane for one and electricity for the other one. So let's talk about advantages and disadvantages. There is, for me, one of the big disadvantages of flame is startup time. So flame, you need to start it, you need to ignite. It's running continuously after that, and then you need to shut it down. As it's running, you're emitting CO2. So you're emitting greenhouse gas, and if you're running in excess oxygen, you might be emitting lots of carbon monoxide, depending on what flame you're using. And maybe not lots, but you're still running the risk of toxic gases being released. So plasma in this situation, the on-off time is extremely fast. Plasma can be controlled with electronics. So if you're treating a bottle, you can put a sensor to wait for the bottle, and as soon as it shows up, turn plasma on. Turn on time is in microseconds or even nanoseconds, depends on which plasma you're using. Off time is the same in micro or nanoseconds. So you turn on the sensor, you treat with plasma, and you turn it off. So you're only using plasma when the bottle is in sight. So you're using a lot less energy per unit per bottle. per square centimeter of the surface. Other than that, really they're the same thing. It depends on specifics of your application. Plasma's big advantage is not just being able to turn on and off quickly. It is that with the same power supply, you can change frequency, so you can do a lot of, when you buy a plasma machine for your industrial process, there's a lot of stuff you can change with it. Other than that, same thing as flame. So if you're already using flame in your industrial process, don't bother changing it unless you're concerned about CO2, fire safety, and all sorts of stuff like that, and you want to be more energy efficient. Anyway, thanks for a really awesome question. I enjoyed answering it. If you have any other questions related to plasma or otherwise, post them in the comments section and I'll try to answer them. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.